Sergeant Rock City for Joe Stonewall this Friday. That big bud. What's up, bro?
What's going on? Spring break 2015.
Glad you could be here.
I hear you.
You know our line, right? All right, here's what we're going to be talking about today. And then there were 12. 4 teams moved on in the Sweet 16 yesterday. 4 more will move on tonight. And for some, the Sweet 16 wasn't so sweet.
No, it wasn't.
Last week,
when you open your mouth, things happen.
Yeah, I don't think that was all it, but we'll get into that. Last week, as we closed the lid on the Illini basketball season, but today we're going to have to exhume that body. All because Kenny Battle went on a rant to a Quad City newspaper, so we're going to talk about what he had to say. Michael Sam says there's a lot of us in the NFL.
But football players?
That's what he said. Dean Smith, he's still thanking his basketball players. He sent them a check, $200 from the grave. Also, a former St. Louis player was attacked in St. Louis. He's thinking about moving out the city. We got all that and more coming up on this edition of Talking Sports. You stay tuned. And welcome back to Talking Sports. Sergeant Rock, Bundy sitting in with his age, Joe Stonewall. He's taking
You're on spring break.
He's taking care of some State Farm business. And then he might be on spring break. No telling. No telling. Well, Sweet 16 got underway yesterday. 4 games were played. Xavier, Arizona, North Carolina, Wisconsin, West Virginia, Kentucky, Wichita State, Notre Dame. Some pretty good ball games except for one.
Yeah, I would say. Well, when you open your mouth, that's what happened.
All right, and basically we're talking about the Kentucky-West Virginia game. Kentucky went on to destroy. Let me say that again.
You know what, Sarge? I told some guys I work with, they asked me about that. I told them, before the guy said this, I said, Calipari, he's cocky. He wanted to prove a point beginning of the year when he played Kansas, about the platoon system in. Kansas made 13 baskets or 11 baskets in the whole game. You never see that in college basketball. And then about 2 or 3 weeks later, played UCLA. UCLA scored 7 points in one half of basketball.
Yeah, I remember that.
So coming in the game, I knew he was going to try to make mockery of West Virginia. He probably wanted to play Wichita State for payback for a couple years ago when they beat him to go to Final Four. So he has to play Notre Dame. Notre Dame is a scrappy little team, but I think they'll beat them too. But friends of mine called me asking me about who you think could beat Kentucky, and I told them Philadelphia, Boston, Atlanta, or OKC, and maybe San Antonio. That's only Kentucky. The only team can stop Kentucky is Kentucky.
Kentucky won that ball game 78-39, and you talked about the guy I can't remember his name, Wichita State, when they said that Kentucky would be 36-1 after the game tomorrow.
He's a freshman.
Huh?
He was a freshman.
Yeah, I mean,
ain't nothing wrong with that.
No, ain't nothing wrong with that. It showed confidence. It showed that they.
But when your team only shoot 30% from the 3-point line and 41% for the season from the 2-point, they were relying on defense, and
it didn't work too well for them. They relied on the press, didn't work too well for them, and it
was a bad game.
Yeah, I think they only had 14 points at halftime.
14 or 19.
Yeah.
Somewhere it was below 20.
Yeah. Okay. 19. I think. Wait a minute. Maybe it was 19 points.
Yeah.
At halftime, didn't score over 20 until after 10 minutes were left in the second half before they finally got over 20 points. That's how deafening, suffocating that the Kentucky defense was.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they must have blocked about 20 shots. And
you got 3 7-footers. It's hard.
Yeah, and West Virginia, when they went inside, changed a lot of their shots.
Yep.
And they really made them really bad. Real bad.
And then the first game was Wichita State and Notre Dame. Notre Dame come out Guns N' Roses. I think they had 4 or 5 3-pointers at the beginning of the game, and ended up being a 3-point lead at halftime, but they held on. And I think Wichita State took the lead, and Notre Dame is scrappy. They're playing with a lot of emotions right now because coach is Muller passed away before they played the last game, and Notre Dame is a scrappy team. That's one of them teams that you don't want to see because they don't have no stop. They got good guard play, Grant and Jackson, and hey, they give 9 or 10 assists a game, each one of them. Yep. I don't think they have a guy with 6'8", so it's gonna be trouble. It's gonna be trouble for them against Kentucky. But if Kentucky play their game, they shouldn't have a problem.
All right, the Wichita State Notre Dame game. This is a game that they said possibly could have been an upset.
No, I think Wichita State played their best game. They wanted to beat Kansas last week, so this was like a letdown. And then when they was going through the motion, they finally came out and played basketball, and it's just one of those things that they put all their eggs in the baskets last week against Kansas.
Let's go back to this Kentucky West Virginia game. All the fouls. Now, they said that West Virginia didn't mind, fouling because, they're going to play, 10, 11 guys. But a lot of fouls on Kentucky as well.
Yeah, it was. It's hard because, they
had, 4 fouls in the first minute, minute and a half?
So you got new referees that do the tournament, and if they different refs called games different, and some of them let the body fouls go, some of them called the body. They was calling body fouls last night, but they were blocking his shot, so they were just taking the ball out of bounds. It wasn't no you got a shot attempt. So
I know. I think the referees knew that Wichita State like to do the press. They like to get up on you and put their hands on you, this, that, and the other. I think the referees knew all about that, and they just wanted to control the game early.
Yeah. That's how you control the game, blow the whistle.
Yep. Tweet. And they did a lot of it, too. Other games, Wisconsin, number 1 seed. They played North Carolina. They beat them 79-72. It was one of the better games of the evening. Yeah.
Wisconsin came out kind of flat, too. And North Carolina, I felt North Carolina should have won the game. They gave it away at the end. And North Carolina had the lead for the most of the whole game. They went back and forth. I think Wisconsin took a 5-6 point lead. Then North Carolina going a 9-1 run and take the lead back, and went back and forth. And at the end, the better team showed up. North Carolina's good, but they don't have I think the big man got in trouble. So they left Frank the Tank and Sheriff Decker out there, and then they can just do what they want to do.
All right, Arizona 68, Xavier 60. This is one of the closer ball games that were played yesterday.
Yeah, that was a blind squirrel. Arizona should have lost that game, too.
You think so?
Yeah, they was behind. They got behind the whole game. But the thing about this time of year, if you don't finish the team off, you're in trouble. And teams that know how to finish you off get the lead, and they hold the lead, and you got to foul to win. And if they go to free throw line making their free throws,
professional dry cleaning needs, your only stop should be Country Squire Cleaners and Garbage Cleaners.
You're
owned and operated.
I don't have one.
Country Squire and Garbage Cleaners offer you 1 hour dry cleaning, express alteration and repair service, 3-hour shirt service available before 1 p.m., along with other services like garment storage, draperies, clean and decorator,
Baylor,
and wedding gowns, clean and preserve special keepsake boxes.
And all my bracket up through the trash can with the empty cans and the chicken bones.
3 convenient locations. Round Bar.
So it's at the landfill right now.
Probably.
Shops on
Being ran over by a bulldog.
31 South Mill Street, Champaign. And Village at the Crossing.
Okay.
2512
Tonight we got
Country Squire and Garbage Cleaners, where quality comes
Should be
first.
Duke.
And check out their website at www.countrysquirecleaners.com.
That's another team. They can only stop. They lost a lot of games. Even Notre Dame beat them twice.
To Duke?
Yeah, beat Duke. Yeah. And Duke has lost a couple close games, and it's one of those teams that get focused this time of year. And Okafor, if he gets the ball in the paint, you could put 2 on the board. But if you go to free throw line, you may get 0 for 2, 2 for 2, or 1 for 2, because he's a bad free throw shooter. And they just got the spark. They're just playing, as Joe would say, inspired basketball right now. And you got Winslow who can take it coast to coast, and you got a lot of players, and you got key players coming off the bench making good plays and everything. It's going to be hard to beat Duke. I look for Duke to be in the final against Kentucky.
Now, this is another game where they talking about it could be an upset.
Who was that? Oh,
Utah Duke.
Yeah? I doubt it.
You doubt it?
I doubt it.
North Carolina State and Louisville.
It's Louisville. Say it right.
I did say Louisville.
Louisville, it's my squad. They went through some pain and suffering. They don't have no outside jump shooters. Had to dismiss a guy off the team. Blackshear's playing good. Quentin Snyder, which is Illinois wanted him. He signed with Illinois and he changed his mind. He's playing better. And Harrell on the inside, and they just playing inspired basketball. But NC State beat them early in the year. And I look for this to be a payback game.
For Louisville?
Yep.
Then you got a little later on tonight, you got UCLA, Gonzaga, or Gonzaga, depending on where you're from.
A whole lot of people pick Gonzaga to go to the finals, but UCLA, I talked to old Stovall earlier, and UCLA, he thinks Gonzaga going to beat them by 10 or 11 points. But I think UCLA's coming to play a little bit. They got lucky to get this far because of the phantom three-point shot goaltending. So I look for UCLA to play inspired basketball for a minute, but Gonzaga should take over at the end.
And finally tonight, Michigan State and Oklahoma.
That's a tough game right there. That's a Big Ten coach, ex-Big Ten coach.
Who's Oklahoma?
Kruger, Lon Kruger. He's
yeah,
Illini. Yeah. Illini fans keep up with them. They always keep up with Weber, Self, and Kruger instead of Gross. They keep up with them three. But, again, Michigan State just...
Gross haven't went anywhere yet. So.
He will.
But go ahead.
I look for Michigan State. This is going to be a low-scoring, boring game because Michigan State going to play defense, and Oklahoma going to frustrate Oklahoma. They're going to be missing shots. Michigan State might start out missing shots and low score. I look for the game to be in halftime, maybe 19-20 or something like that. But I look for Michigan State to pull it off at the end.
Yeah, Michigan State done been here several times.
Yeah.
And Tom Izzo knows how to get his team fired up and ready to play, especially for a game such as this. They come in a 7th seed, Oklahoma a 3rd seed.
Yeah.
So,
in fact, the guy I went to high school with in Kentucky, Chris Crutchfield, he's assistant coach for Oklahoma now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's another Kentuckian from my hometown on the Notre Dame staff, Harold Swanigan. He used to play for them a long time ago. So it's 2 former Kentucky guys in the Sweet 16, which is good.
All right. Come Sunday, we'll know who the Final Four teams are going to be.
Yep. Load up the bus Saturday morning, we going to Indianapolis.
We can get there. Speaking of Indianapolis, they signed a law. The governor signed a law passed a bill that said that local businesses and whatnot don't have to serve gays if they don't want to.
They lose a lot of money.
And we're going to talk about that a little later on because, the NCAA offices are located in Indianapolis. Mm-hmm. And in the coming years, you got a lot of events that's going to be taking place.
They're talking about putting
in Indianapolis.
The Final Four in Indianapolis permanent.
Yeah. Well, NCAA, NFL hadn't said anything yet, but you can
the coach going to get up and move again?
You can bet their last dollar they're going to have something to say about it a little later on. And the NCAA said they're looking into it, and they're going to have something to say about it a little later on. But that's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's crazy.
You don't mess with certain people in life.
Yeah, you don't mess with the dollars in life. Yeah, well.
They got the dollars.
Yeah, you don't mess with the dollars. All right, we'll take a brief break. When we come back, Kenny Battle made some news a couple of days ago when he spoke to the Quad City Herald or Quad City Press, whatever the name of that newspaper is up north there. He said some things about the Illini. If you hadn't heard,
he was speaking the truth.
We'll tell you what he said when we come back. And welcome back to Talking Sports. Sergeant Rob Bundy here on this Friday afternoon. And let's get into what Kenny Battle had to say.
KB.
You know, Kenny Battle, he was a part of the, what year was that?
89, Flying the Line.
89, the Flying the Line. Yeah, did they go to the Final Four or something? Like that?
Got beat by Michigan.
Yeah, and today is the anniversary of the 05 team when they came back and beat Arizona.
Yep.
In the big.
And Louisville too.
Yeah.
Louisville came back against West Virginia. Pittsnoggle. Pittsnoggle was a 6'10" center. He probably hit about 7-8 threes on us.
But while everybody is celebrating the past, one person was talking about the team of the present. Kenny Battles said some things in the press up in the Quad City. Quad City, that's the Rockford area, ain't it? Mm-hmm. Rockford and Davenport and all up there. And he said the team...
soft.
They don't have Big Ten players on the team.
No, it's mid-majors and junior college players. And the coaching staff, they don't have a good Division I coach. It said that I think the highest one played like a small Division I schools. And he said a lot of stuff that was... he spoke his mind, in my opinion, but by him being in the Illini Nation alumni and stuff, it probably didn't set too well with the Illini world.
You think I was looking to find a copy of what they said? You know, I immediately went to. I hope they don't get mad at me. The News Gazette, and you know, they spoke nothing of it. And I was like, imagine.
Now you had to go online and get that.
I was like, imagine that.
But I mean, it just one of those. There's no different. This is no different than people calling in on Monday morning quarterback on 1400. There's no different. The people speak their mind about that. He just a former player speaking his mind, and sometimes, Sarge, in life, sometimes people don't want to hear the truth.
Yeah.
They rather sugarcoat and falsify information, don't say nothing at all. They don't want to hear the truth. And to me, he didn't say anything wrong.
Yeah, well, a couple of things he said. He said he loves this team.
But he never called anybody out.
No.
He said you have guards
that don't know how to run the team.
Yep. You have big men that don't know how to play down low.
Yeah, and man, it was okay.
He'd never coach here, probably.
No, he wouldn't. he won't be back there to give a speech.
No, he better step Chicago.
You know, they got
I-80 North.
They got a big thing coming up for Lou Henson next month. Mm-hmm. I doubt if he'd be invited to that. Oh, come on, yeah, he will.
Yeah, he will.
You can't keep to do that just for speaking his mind. But
you never know.
You know, Joe and I talked about this last week. That is it the players or is it the coach or is it the AD, the athletic director? Because doing those two losses, he didn't look too happy sitting behind the bench.
I would say it's a combination. He probably hired the wrong coach. He's probably the best coach out there for the money. Coach lost the team, and the players quit on him. And you had a situation that happened. Sometime during the year, you had two players getting some fisticuffs because if you notice, one player is on the sideline with a door prize around his eye.
Mm-hmm. I never saw that.
Well,
obviously, you know some things that I don't know, and maybe some of the listeners don't know. Why don't you fill us in?
Well, I ain't gonna mention the names.
You ain't got to.
It's two players got in a disagreement, and one player got the best of the other player.
All right, they got to throw in some hands.
Yeah, they had some Joe Frazier, Muhammad Ali's, and Joe Frazier won, so they put Joe Frazier off the team.
Oh, okay.
But when you have a situation like that, when you lose your locker room like that in fights, and you don't get control of it, and then you notice, like when Rice came back, they were, a lot of people like, well, Nunn and Hill, they quit playing when he came. No, it just the thing about it's a mental thing, and Rivante did all he could to help the team, and he didn't get any help, because you think everybody talk about when Nunn and Hill scored all their points. You look at who they played, the competition they played. They played like your Northwestern, your Penn States. They didn't play nobody good. Mm-hmm. They played Michigan State, they beat them up to, okay, Michigan State in Sweet 16, but you beat a Michigan State team that was coming off injuries, trying to find themselves. But you see what happened when they found themselves when they came here. It was a different ball game. But in any sport, when you lose your locker room, you done lost the team. And you know that. I've seen it in baseball, football, basketball. When you lose your locker room and the coach don't have control of the team, you out there just going through the motions.
Well, you know, Coach Gross always talking about toughness, unselfishness, and togetherness.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, in all his speeches,
Yep.
he throws out those words.
Yep. You need to find some more words to use. Like togetherness. I mean, they did all the Navy SEAL training. You can do all that stuff. But when the bottom line, if you're not playing together, if everybody is not on the same page, and me and you not on the same page, you talking about something that you talking about one thing, I'm talking about something else, it won't work. And the next thing you know, the results what you got happen. They went in. I'm not gonna count the Purdue game. You go Purdue's good at home, senior day. It's emotional. You might lose that game, then it get out of hand, then you lose it. Okay, you go into the Big Ten tournament. Everybody talking about, you know, you need this game. It's a lot of pressure. You understand, these are young adults, and you put a lot of pressure on them to win a game. Oh, you win this game, you're in the tournament. Okay, you got to play Michigan. You lay an egg. Okay, you at the tournament. Then, all right, what you do, what it is like NCAA is like a prom, NIT is like a junior high dance. If you're not gonna be in the prom, be the best dancer on the floor. There's nothing wrong with going to NIT. You get a free trip to New York.
Yeah.
But they went to NIT and wow.
Got ran out the stadium there.
That was like an ugly Alabama football game. And you know, a lot of people want to blame Gross, Thomas, Revante. It's not. It's a team effort. It's a team game. Okay. You just can't see out there. Revante can't score all the points. He can't get all the rebounds. But when he see my mentality, I think he's thinking, if I pass you the ball and you're not making the shots, or you don't want to shoot the ball, I pass you the ball. Why should I pass you the ball again? I'm gonna take this shot. And a lot of people that look at basketball, especially line-out basketball, they don't see the whole picture. It's like, I know a lot of people, a lot of my friends, they're line-out fans. You heard it too. Every time Illinois loses, it's the referee's fault. Do you think them three guys sit in the locker room like, hey, Sam, let's blow about 10 calls against Illinois the first 10 minutes. What do you think about that? They ain't sitting in the locker room. They ain't thinking about it. But you got a lot of people, all the refs. And I refereed like middle school game, and I hate to see scoreboards with fouls on it. You look at the foul, they got 6 fouls, and you only got 1. You be like, oh. So you try to counter it out. But the thing about it, Illinois, they've not been having success in the last couple of years. This is you know, I tell a lot of people say you hating on Illinois. No, when you're a good team, if you get the right players, you look at Kentucky, your Dukes, and all the teams that stay in the top 5 preseason every year. Illinois, you went to the Final Four, 89. The last time you went was 2005. You went to the championship game. You blame it on the refs. Mm. And then you just fall off. What's the problem? I know what the problem is.
Recruiting.
You know, instead of, here's my thing. Like Joe always talked about, why go after a 5-star guy when you can go get 2 or 3 and 4-star guys? You put all your eggs in one basket. He gets away, and you go back and call it. No, you didn't want to talk to me before. You try to get Okafor. Now you want to come talk to me. No, I'm gonna go somewhere else. And then you see a lot of players that's playing on other teams that's from Illinois, like the kid from Wichita State. He's from Illinois. But the thing about it, I think their academic standards our standards are higher than Northwestern's. So somewhere down the line, you're gonna have to filter, finagle the standards where you can get these recruits in.
Saying cheap?
I ain't saying cheap, but then you gotta offer up something, and that's called cheating. Now you think down in Kentucky, you look at Kentucky. Kentucky got 9 McDonald's All-Americans. They don't eat at Burger Chef or Burger King or nowhere Jack in the Box. Illinois is getting jack-in-the-box basketball players. You got Kentucky, your Dukes. Duke got 9. 9, McDonald. Now, you know somewhere down the line, somebody got something somewhere. You know that. It's just about how you go about getting it.
All right. One of the things that Kenny Battle said is that these other schools have something to offer these players that go there. Like you say, Colin Perry, come to Kentucky. We're going to let you come in and play here for play basketball for you. We're going to get you onto the NBA. Mm-hmm. We're going to get you into the NCAA finals. We can win some championship with you on the team. Mm-hmm. Whereas Illinois has nothing to offer.
No.
Anything like these players.
Calipari said something.
What you going to offer them? Playing time?
He said something a couple weeks ago. It made sense. He said parents entrust him and their kids. His job is to get them financially set, ready for the NBA, the next level. He said, I'm just borrowing you for a while. I'm trying to instill all the right values in you for the next level. It's like your kids are on loan to me until they get to the NBA.
Right.
Now, Illinois, there's no tradition. Now, you look at a lot of these coaching staffs on different teams. Like Kentucky has Kenny Payne. Kenny Payne played on the 1986 Louisville Cardinal national championship team. He knows what it takes to be a winner. Has anyone on Gross' staff ever won a national championship or contended for a national championship or played at the highest level? No. You look at Danny Manning. Danny Manning at Tulsa. You give him a couple years, he'll be moving on. You got Tommy Amaker at Harvard. Yeah. Bobby Hurley's at Buffalo. His name is hot right now. The thing about it, if Gross is not a bad coach, but you got to surround yourself. A good coach surrounds himself with good coaches. And to me, this coach is not household names. Like when Bruce Weber, he had Jerence Howard, he had Wayne McClain, he had Jay Price, Nottingham. Now, Jay Price, the guy at basketball, he's local. Jerence Howard's in Kansas. Yeah. Nottingham, I think East Coast somewhere. You look at them coaches. You look at when Blue Henson was there. He had Jimmy Collins, Nagy. He had guys could go out and get people. These guys. You come to you a coach. You come to the house or Coach Britton. Where'd you play at? Lafayette Junior College. Oh, okay. Did you go to NBA?
Nope.
Sorry. It's a connection. It's all about a connection, and a lot of Illini fans don't realize it until you get good coaches around here. Not head coach, assistant coach, because the assistant coach make the head coach look good. Because if the head coach, if they lose, who they blame it on? They ain't gonna blame it on me and you. It's gonna be on Stovall, right? We just assistants.
Right.
But you got to surround yourself with good players. And going back to Kenny Battle's point, he has a valid point. You getting soft players. You don't know if a 5-star recruit gonna pan out. That's like rolling the dice. But sometimes you can, if you're a good coach, you know talent. You know talent. Like everybody talking about Egwu. Wisconsin wanted him. Well, Wisconsin didn't get him. They got Frank the Tank. Hey,
we all see
the rest is history. But you got to realize you got to realize your talent and surround yourself with good players. That's why you see in the NBA, you look at the NBA coaching staff, look at all 30 teams, somebody on their staff then played in the NBA before. Yeah, recently, not in the 70s and 60s, recently.
Yeah, you look with Jason Kidd, he retired and went to the Knicks.
Then Derek Fisher retired and went to the Knicks. You got to surround yourself with good players. And Kenny Ballard said a good point, but me personally, I don't think they're going to indulge and embrace him anymore for the comments he said right now. It's a hot topic.
Right.
It'll die down. He'll come back around. KB will be back. Trust me.
It won't be this year.
Nah.
It won't be sending gratitude from the grave. Dean Smith, he got a chance to thank his players one more time. The former North Carolina coach who died last month at 83 directed his trust in his will to give $200 to every letter winner who played for him during his 36 season as head coach of the school.
That's good.
Yep,
Think Michael took that $200?
Huh?
You think Michael took the $200?
Of course he did. I mean, you.
Yeah, I'd be slapped.
No, you got to. I mean, just as a suggestion.
Is he gonna cash a check?
Yeah, you ain't got to cash it. Just accept a check.
That's good.
Yep, the trustee of Smith's Trust, Tim Breedlove, told ESPN that the $200 checks were sent out on Monday to about 180 letter winners. I know, what's the name on the basketball games last night? What's the name? Smith?
Kenny?
Yeah.
He got his?
Yeah, he said he got his. He said it was real heartfelt. He was.
I mean, that's deep. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, you never know. Your former coach showed you that. I mean, he's dead, and all of a sudden you getting a check for $200.
Yep.
That's a good meal.
Yeah, saying it was dinner on him.
That's good.
That's
maybe I'd give it send it to Chicago, give it to Ernie Banks.
Oh man, that's foul. Did they bury him yet?
I heard something on the radio. The family just went to court the other day, and the house sitter, whoever it is, the lady, she got to come up with all these documents. So she done filed a suit against another person. Now they got to bring their.
Been paid off.
You been paid off. They got to bring their documents.
Oh, do they?
Yep.
Man, that's crazy. Ernie Banks, Mr. Cub.
They said his assets worth $16,000.
Yeah.
So they got to bring like any signed memorabilia, baseballs, any. Then the ex-wife got to bring. Did she have any life insurance policy? So it's a big fuss. I'm glad he's gone. He ain't got to deal with it. But
that's crazy.
It's sad.
Yeah.
Man dying. It's a big fight.
It's a big fight. I mean, they did the same thing over James Brown. But I don't think they buried James Brown.
They gonna fight over you?
I doubt it.
Jose them ain't gonna fight over you?
They gonna have all my funds. All $10 of it. You tell you get chewed. Now get out.
No, hey, sorry. Send everybody give them a check for 50 cents. Say, Polar Pops on me.
You laugh.
Oh.
Wait till they start digging your hole.
Oh.
Yeah, think about it now.
That's true.
Think about it.
Mine's set.
Oh, good.
I got a wheel.
I do too. Let me see. Michael Sam says, he was in the
Veterans
Combines. Was that last week?
Yeah.
A lot of scouts and those.
He ran under 5 the second time.
Yeah, what, $4.99?
Yeah.
Like that. Anyway, they said
That's a check you got to send there, about $4.99.
They said he looked awful, and that he's probably not gonna get.
Well, you know what? If he hadn't came out and said he's part of the other world, he would have been in the NFL.
You think so?
Yeah. But don't nobody want to deal with it. That is a touchy subject right now.
Yeah.
Because you think about all the stuff when you have, like a couple months ago in Alabama when they had the civil union thing. When your lead news story is about civil union, it's a big issue not only in the United States but the world. Mm-hmm. And by him coming out saying that what he is, that he's gay. It's a lot. It took a lot to come out and say that, but then who wants to not put up with it, but deal with the issue that's behind that in a all men's locker room, and you look at a sport that's a dominant man sport.
Okay, when we come back from break, he says there are a lot of us in the NFL. We'll talk about
it. Is a lot. It's 400 some players in the NFL.
And like I said, Indiana just signed that new law yesterday, and with all the top sports that goes on there. So when we come back from break, we're gonna tackle this issue right after these. Okay, welcome back to Talking Sports. Sergeant Rockers Bundy.
What's going on?
All right. Let's get on with the news. Michael Sams.
Mr. Sams.
He may be the first openly gay player to be selected in the NFL draft, but he said Thursday that there are more gay players in the NFL.
Now he's hating.
I am not the only gay person in the NFL, Sam said during a speech at a Q&A session in Dallas on Thursdays, according to the Fort Worth Star-Telegram. I'm just saying there are a lot of us. I respect the players that did reach out to me and had the courage to tell me that they were also gay, but they do not have the same courage as I do to come out before I even played a down in the NFL. The players who have reached out to me and told me about their sexual orientation just means a lot, but I will never say anything about who they are, what teams they are on. I'm just saying that there are some famous people, and I'm not the only one. He also goes on to say that hopefully I'm not being discriminated against because I'm gay. Sam said Thursday, according to the Star-Telegram, I don't believe that I'm being discriminated against because I'm gay. I just want to know if I'm truly not in the NFL, it's because of talent. Let it be because of my talent. But if you got to prove that I can't play this game, if you look at the film clearly, I can, so I leave it at that. He also goes on to say that Dancing with the Stars, you know he is on Dancing with the Stars, is my employer. That is my main source of income. I'm unemployed and I don't believe I'm out of the NFL because I'm gay, but if it was a reason, it can hurt their livelihood, and you don't want to take that chance. Thoughts?
Do they have a blog, underground blog that they send to each other?
No, I don't. Like you said, that last statement sounded like a threat to me. That if you are discriminating against me because I am gay, I'll see you in court.
Yeah, he could do it. But how you gonna prove that?
Huh?
We gonna get other defensive linemen and see if they run the 40 in this time?
No,
I mean that's gonna be hard to prove.
Yes, go ahead.
But when you sensitive, you gotta I don't know. If he didn't make the NFL, he should quit. Dancing with the Stars, find him a regular job, do something else, because the NFL is not going to accept him. Now he know other people in the NFL that's part of his organization.
But they managed to keep their mouths closed.
Yeah, closed mouths. Sometimes closed mouths get fed. We always told closed mouths don't get fed.
Closed mouths don't get fed.
But sometimes they do. And then people probably like, man, I sure,
Well, maybe they're just waiting to see what happens to him, and we see what's happening to him.
He's getting blackballed.
Like I said, at the combines last week, they said he looked awful.
They gonna say that. But like I told you, if he didn't come out and say he was gay, he'd probably be in the NFL on the special teams or something. He's not a bad. You think about it. He was co-defensive player in the SEC. Only reason he was co-defensive player because of Clowney. If Clowney wasn't there, he'd been defensive player of the year. I forgot how many sacks he had in a year and everything. I mean, did them guys in Missouri know he was funny? Did his teammates in Missouri know he was funny?
Yeah, they knew.
Did nobody come out and say nothing?
Nope.
Well, he got some good teammates. He got some good teammates.
Well, to them, it didn't matter.
Yeah, dude. Come on, Stars. Now, let's keep it real. Now, you know that man is fruity. And you in the shower, and he walk by and look at you different. What you gonna do? Say I'm gone, man. Come on, ain't nobody on that.
You're not going homophobe on me.
I'm not gonna shower with the man. That's all right. I go and take me a shower. I bet there's a lot of stinky players going home after practice.
I'm not going to even laugh at your joke.
That ain't just being real. That's keeping it real.
You just keep it real.
That's just like if you think about it. If he was in the NFL, you would see like they show these guys coming in these nice suits, Armani suits, Versace suits on. The game would change if he was around. They would come in with their game jersey and their game pants on in the locker room. Well, man, when you get dressed, I got dressed at home.
I can't believe you said that.
I got dressed at home.
I can't believe you said that.
I'm telling you how a man would think. If you sitting there in the shower, now you in the shower like you came on this earth, and he walked past the shower, and he gave you a glance, and you know what he is. What you gonna do?
That's not gonna bother me.
That's what you say now, because you ain't been put in that situation. It could have been some people in the army like that, and you didn't know it.
Oh, yeah, I did.
What you do?
I didn't do anything. Didn't do anything. I can tell you some stories though. They're pretty funny, but y'all would think ill of me, so I'm not. I'm not even gonna go there with that. But no, seriously though. I mean, they are people too.
Yeah, they are people, but
they have feelings.
All right, I understand that, but you look
have to make it.
You look at today's society. We are not. They are accepted, but they're not accepted in society. Trust me.
Oh, I believe it.
Because the first thing you think about a gay person, first thing you think about a gay person, you think about HIV and AIDS. That's the first thing that pops in your mind.
Not mine.
Boom. You think different. Boom. Get away from me. He might have that stuff. That's the first thing you think. But then, like you said, they are human. They're just like us. And the thing about it, some people accept it in society, some people don't. Just like black and white. Some people accept black people, some people don't. Some people accept Americans, some people don't.
Since you be ranting, do you accept it?
Yeah, I ain't got a problem with them. Long as you know your role. See?
Matter of fact, we ain't gonna even get into that. I know where this is.
The governor know his role too in Indiana. He gonna lose out on some money.
Yeah, he getting ready to mess up everything that Indiana has worked for.
And I think they're one of the few states in the United States is in the black and budget wise.
Well, he's getting ready to get in the red real quick. Yesterday he signed a law that says businesses have the right to either serve and or deal with on the business level with gay individuals. How as a business owner, how do you know who's gay? They got a G on their forehead or something? Well, this is true. You don't know.
That's true.
But
women that like to dress like men, but they women.
Yeah. The law would prohibit state and local laws that substantially burden the ability of people, including business and associations that follow their religious belief. This bill could allow businesses to discriminate against gay people. And for instance, a former professional baseball player, Jason Collins, the first openly gay athlete to play in the NBA, he's going to the Final Four, and he says it's going to be legal for someone to discriminate against me and others when we come to the Final Four. Now here's an issue that the NCAA is going to have to take into consideration.
Yeah. That's a lot of money that Indianapolis and the state of Indiana could lose out on because you don't know your role.
Yeah, and the LGBT Sports Coalition already has called out the NCAA, the Big Ten, NFL, U.S. Diving, and U.S. Gymnastics Association to pull out of the events in Indianapolis over the next 16 months.
See?
Already it's taking some effect.
But that's silly. I don't understand why you come out and do it because their money spent just like our money. It's one money. There's not no gay money and straight money. It's all money. And by him doing this stuff, discriminating against a group of people, it's sad. The situation. That's why the world is the way it is today because of people like him. Where you get this idea? Where you get this idea from? I mean, was you sitting on a stool and all?
Because I was watching CBS News. That's the first thing I saw about it, and I said, "Oh, for real."
I mean, next week you got over 100,000 people coming in the state of Indiana. Mm-hmm. In fact, they come to the city of Indianapolis for a weekend, Friday through Monday or Tuesday.
Can you see the protests starting to happen?
Oh yeah. Let one of them restaurants downtown, then Thursday night or Friday discriminate against somebody. They ain't gonna do it. They won't do it this weekend.
No.
You think Weber's Grill gonna let?
Yeah, I was getting ready to say, do you think the businesses would take this to heart and do that?
No.
Because surely they're not going to deal with the ramifications that are going to happen if they decide to do something.
You think about Ruth Chris over there, they sell them $80 steaks. You think they gonna? You're gay. We can't serve you. And you know, social media is something else. I get Instagram, Twitter, real quick. That line that Weber's in front of Ruth Chris to get in, you look outside, you thought it was a bomb threat. Ain't nobody out there in front no more.
Man, it's crazy.
It's silly.
It's what's happening in our world.
Yeah, it is.
It's what's happening in our world.
It's, sad situation that happened in Germany. A guy with mental illness, let him fly a plane, he killed everybody.
Yeah, wasn't that sad?
Man, hit the ground full blast.
Locked the door. He even had a note from the doctor told me he didn't have to go to work that day. But he go anyway. So, that's premeditated.
What you gonna do? Find him and take him to court? Huh? You take him to court?
Shut up.
You gonna subpoena him?
That's right.
That's all right. Yeah. Somebody gonna take care of him. Trust me.
Another news, prosecutors say a white St. Louis area man was driven by racism when he allegedly punched former Cardinal outfielder Kurt Ford. Now, what's his name here? James Street of Fenton, 37-year-old, was charged with felony third-degree assault motivated by discrimination. So I guess this will be considered a hate crime. Ford, who is black, told the St. Louis Post-Dispatch that he was walking into a convenience store Wednesday when he was punched in the face without warning after Street shouted racial slurs at him, including "Go back to Ferguson." He sucker punched me, is what Ford said. Ford told the newspaper he may leave St. Louis because he's tired of this kind of stuff.
So, evidently, it's not the first time he's been hit.
Yeah, well,
I hope not.
All the stuff that's going on in St. Louis, in and around St. Louis, I think
it's not only St. Louis; it's going around everywhere. And it just, I don't know. I talk to youth every day and try to tell them, when authority comes up on you, do what they ask you to do. Comply. Even though...
Yeah, this is not an authority.
I know. Yeah. But it just... People... Our world, people assume the worst before the outcome happens. Because it used to be you innocent until proven guilty. So now it's guilty until you're proven innocent. So if you get on TV, oh, Sam did something. Oh, he did. I know he did. He hang out with his friends every weekend, and I know he do it. And then come find you didn't do it. You see it all the time. People been in prison 50. I'm just talking to Joe about this. 15, 20 years, and you gotta give them $15, $20 million. What is that gonna do? I mean, you got monetary gain, but you lost a lot of time, 20 years.
Oh, heck yeah.
You come out like cell phones and Facebook and...
Then they let a lady out yesterday, was in jail for 24 years, I think, for supposedly killing her baby, something like that, or something. But it turned out DNA evidence said she didn't do it. That's 24 years of your life, no?
And what are you gonna tell? Ma'am, I'm sorry this happened. Really?
Yeah.
I lost 24 years of my life. A quarter of a century. She done lost a quarter of a century.
I'm sorry.
And here's $15 million. Oh, okay, thank you. But I still lost a quarter of a century of my life.
Thank you, though.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Everything didn't change.
But for the Ferguson thing, I mean, it's. I talk to. I got people down there, and they tell me it's not the Ferguson people acting a donkey. It's the outsiders coming in, starting stuff. Like they shot the cops a couple weeks ago. Mm-hmm. Had they found that guy yet?
Yeah.
Was he from there?
Matter of fact, they found him a couple of blocks down. in the house. So,
Was he from Ferguson?
I do believe he was.
But the thing about, I mean, it's a sad world we live in, no matter if you're black or white, and just cops I mean, it's a small, there's good cops out there, but it's a small percentage of bad cops make all cops look bad. And you get these guys out here, like they've seen the situation in Detroit where they pulled a guy over, 57-year-old man.
Yeah, they beat him up pretty good, too.
Yeah, said he was trying to resist. But you hit him 16 times and tased him 3 times. This 57-year-old man, you had 3 or 4 police. You tell me y'all can't handle this 57-year-old man? Come on now.
Yeah, let me tell you. You know, having worked in law enforcement and seen, you know, things like that, your adrenaline gets, you know, and I'm not saying, I'm not condoning what they did, but you know.
Your adrenaline get the best of you.
Yeah, it gets
all it takes for somebody, a little resistance, and you gonna go off on the edge.
Oh, man. Oh, I got him now. You know, that's sort of, you know, for instance, we had a guy in our platoon. This dude didn't weigh I ain't even say a buck. I ain't even gonna say 75. A real skinny dude. But he thought he was a badass. I mean, he wore, you know, the Kevlar vest, probably weighed more than he did. You know.
Yeah.
Had on the gloves with the little, you know.
Little knuckles hanging out.
Yeah. You know,
driving gloves.
You know, and, you know, he always talked bad. This, that, he was probably about 5'6". Like I said, he didn't weigh.
Oh, he had Napoleon Dynamite inferior.
But he always talked bad. And, you know, he was a tough dude.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
So how many times did he get whooped?
Sorry, you riding? No, you ain't riding with me, man. Because you don't want to be around that kind.
Yeah.
Because, see, what that does, that's
them adult stuff. Yeah. Did them adult soda pops add them on too? When he had a couple of them soda pops?
I don't know, because you get him out there, he going to start talking crazy. The next thing you know, you defending yourself. You know
because of him.
Because of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to be around trouble. That's bad luck. Man.
Yeah. And some of these cops, you don't know. I mean, they could be going through divorce, having a bad time at home, financial trouble, and they just, like you said, adrenaline takes over, and
you know when you get that call, 1 out of 12.
Got 211 in progress.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
oh, here we go.
Oh yeah, you know, you turn the lights on and you fired up now.
Yeah, you went down Bradley doing 110. Put up on the scene.
Yeah, you fired up. So, you know, I'm like I said, I'm not condoning, but I just know what they go through when they go up on something like that.
But all you gotta do, I tell anybody, just comply with what they say. Just stay in the car. Don't argue with them. The first thing you do, we want to get out and be tough. What you put me over for? Now that hamster's running, he got something in the car. Mm-hmm. You got something in the car we didn't know. You ain't searching my car. Okay, now we waiting. Here come the dog. Dog done smelled you out. Now here come a search warrant. Mm-hmm. Now instead of you going in the $75 ticket and having your 4 or 5 pounds of marijuana or whatever you have in the car and going to your destination.
Now you have to sell like getting your photo taken.
I said, hey, when keeping it real go wrong. That's why a $75 costs you 10 years.
Yeah, it could.
Yeah.
It could.
People don't think. Or anybody. It don't have to be black. It's white people that don't comply either.
Yeah.
But do what the authority takes. It all starts with home raising. If you raised right at home, you know how to respect authority. We were scared of the police when we was coming up.
We were scared of our parents. Forget the police.
Yeah.
You have to deal with them first.
Yeah, because when don't call the police. Now they won't call the police. The kids won't call the police on you. Whooped me too hard. Calling the police. All right.
Mm-hmm. 3 black co-eds. Now check this out. Last week, now I didn't know this. I was just doing some channel surfing when I found this one out. 3 black co-eds swept a 100-yard freestyle in the 2015 Women's Division I NCAA Championships this past weekend.
Well, you surprised? We can swim.
Oh, I know that. But I found that the 2 stop spots fell to Sanford teammates, while the 3rd place went to University of Florida students. Freshman phenom Simone Manuel of Stanford set an NCAA American U.S. Open Championship and pool record when she clocked a time of 46.9 in the women's 100-yard freestyle.
That's good.
Kudos. They got a picture of her.
Yep.
Emmanuel's teammate Leah Neal came in second place with a time of 47.13. Fans can recall that Neal won a bronze medal in the 4x100 free relay in the 2012 Olympics.
Yep.
So she's been in the pool before. And the University of Florida, Natalie Hines swam a time of 47.24. Hines reset her own
personal best.
Yeah, record in her event during the competition. So kudos to those ladies.
Yes. We can swim.
Can you swim?
No, I can swim enough. Can you swim?
I can swim. Swim enough.
I tell you what. Being from down south.
Like you can float.
Anybody else you know? Being from down south, it was a long time before I got in a swimming pool. And we went to a rock quarry. It was free. Then I went to a swimming pool and they charged $3. Huh?
Yeah, the rock quarry wasn't too deep though.
It was. Oh yeah. Yeah.
You gotta swim in enough water you can stand up in.
That's 3 feet. 5 feet.
No, how tall are you?
5'10".
No, well you can stand up in
5 feet.
5 feet of water. As long as your head is out, you cool, right?
Yep.
All right.
Can you swim?
Yeah, yes I can.
So you can beat them young ladies?
I doubt if I could beat them. You know, I'm halfway there and they on their way back.
You going to think you in first place?
Yeah, where they go?
They down there waiting on you.
They in the pool drying off. Yeah, all right. Now this is interesting. Japanese baseball team, the Nippon Ham Fighters. It's spelled H-A-M, so I'm gonna call it Ham. They've been ordered to pay a woman $350,000 in damages after she was hit in the face by a foul ball.
Wow. Okay. First I heard when them people get hit with them baseball bats, that'd be worth at least $1 million.
The incident occurred in August 2010. The woman, who was in her 30s, lost sight in her right eye.
But on the back of those tickets, don't they tell you like you watching the game at your own risk?
I don't know.
I think they are.
Whenever I was back at my tickets, they say you get free donuts if they score over 6 runs, something like that. Let me see. The fighters, they are considering appealing the ruling. They say that there's significant safeguards, including announcements to be careful of foul ball, notices posted on the giant screen, and at the Japanese stadium they have a protected netting around the field of play, so that balls often get.
Well, she won't get it. She won't.
Here in the major league, they don't have those.
No, they got them behind home plate.
Yeah, if anything, get you to pay attention to what's going on in the game.
You know what, Sarge? I went to a game a long time ago. We took our first string baseball kids to a game. It was a long time ago. Me, Joe, Wayne, Anthony Allen, Peter, we rode up there. So me and Wayne had to scalp some tickets because Peter set us up. He had no tickets for us. So we sitting on third baseline, about close with a Bartman ball by that happened. So we sitting up there, and it was Astros playing against the Cubs. I never forget, Jeff Kent hit a foul ball and went over our head, and I heard it. It was foul. You heard a crack. So then, after, me and Wayne sit beside each other, so we looking there, we look down, I tap on the leg, they can right back. I was paying attention. Because that ball. And then, a couple years ago, me and Joe took our baseball team down to St. Louis. So we sitting in the right field, upper deck, and you can look down the first baseline, those seats down there. So it was a foul ball hit down there. So the guy, he probably had about 6, 7 of them Budweisers. He gonna reach out there and hit it, grab it, yeah. He drops it, goes on the field. They ain't give the ball to him. Ball boy gave it to the little kid. But so the kids were like, Coach, what's gonna happen to that guy? I said, in about 5 minutes, he's gonna feel it. And I said, in about 10, he's gonna go and get some help.
He wants to see the medic. He tried to catch it with his bare hand.
Yeah. So after a while, you saw him. He was he was shaking. The next thing you know, I said, "Look at him." He come back. It was bandaged up with an ice pack.
Mm-hmm.
He probably broke his hand.
Yeah, I mean, you know, even to this, I mean, that's the reason why they started making the coaches.
Yes.
In the coaches boxes wear helmets.
And better. And those bat people down the baseline,
Yeah.
they wear hats.
Because of line drive, because you look at
Line drive kill you.
Yeah, 80, you got a 90, 95 mile hour.
They don't even have Little League don't even have batting circles anymore.
No, they don't?
Nope.
You can't come out until it's your time to
Yep.
bat. Ain't no more being on deck, huh?
Yeah, you on deck, but you ain't out there.
Dang.
Yeah, because I think a kid in Iowa got killed with a line drive. A foul ball hit him. He wasn't paying attention and hit him because I think he just about to put his helmet on, had his helmet on or something, and it killed him. Because nowadays, I know you've been at the game a lot, they have chest protectors for pitchers. That's a pad that covers the heart and sternum area, because I think 6-7 years ago, a line drive hit a pitcher in his heart, and his heart stopped.
Yeah.
Killed him right there. It's a dangerous game. It's a dangerous game. And I would love to see, like, college baseball and go to wooden bats. I know it's an expensive thing, but that prepare you for the next level, because you get to the next level, ain't no aluminum bats. They got composite bats now, but it's still ain't nothing like a wooden bat.
But it's been proved that balls come off those metal bats a lot harder than they do off the wooden bat.
Yep. It'll kill you. It'll kill you. It's just like softball. They make these bats now. They had when I was played with X. Yeah, when I played with Expo, they came out with called a Mike and the Freak. And if you know how to use that bat right, that ball will come off that bat hot. And as a pitcher, you go up there and he swing the bat different way. Oh, he don't know how to use it. But then someone else will come up. I mean, it'll come back on you quicker than what you think it is. There's no reaction. And a lot of people was getting hurt, and I think they ended up banning that bat.
Well, they should have.
Yep.
I mean, you even see some of the girls' softball games, the pitchers where, they have a little face mask, over their helmets and whatnot. But, yeah, if you got to pay attention when you're out there on the field, especially the infield. Yeah. Because the ball can get up on you in a hurry.
Yep. Especially like Little League, these kids are throwing a little harder. I mean, they're throwing 50, 60 miles an hour. And every now and then a blind squirrel get a nut, you hit that ball, hit that bat in that sweet spot, it's over with. It's coming off hot.
Okay, you remember Donald Sterling's girlfriend? The one that recorded all those remarks?
Mm-hmm.
She said she loved him and called him hubby. But they never had romance. Now, she's in court yesterday because, his wife Shelley's trying to get all that stuff back that Donald gave her. So she was testifying, in Los Angeles Superior Court in her efforts to, to keep her stuff. She says that her and Sterling vacation together in Dubai. That's a nice place. You've never been there.
I've heard of it. You been there?
No.
You act like you've been there.
I just heard. Paris. I've been to Paris. Paris is nice.
I've been to Paris too. Illinois.
Paris is.
Illinois.
All the tourist spots are, they spruce them up, keep them all nice, but outside of that, Paris is a pretty dirty city.
So inside the city is good and outside is bad.
Yeah. I mean, all the tourist
spots. Yeah. Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, all those are nice. Well kept, the fancy restaurants, the city, this, that, and the other. But just like any other big city, you got your slum areas. And places are not very well kept, if you know what I mean. They've been to Las Vegas. Never been there.
You? Never been to Las Vegas?
Never been to Las Vegas.
Oh, SARS. That should be on your bucket list.
Been to Lake Tahoe, though. Lake Tahoe is...
You go to Las Vegas for about $300. That's air and hotel.
It's getting cheap to go, huh?
Yeah.
Shit, I need to start saving some money then.
Yeah, you go out there, oh, you have a good time.
Yeah, she said they vacationed, but they never got more intimate than puckering up next to him for photos.
She lying.
I think she is too. Shawn started is seeking money she claimed is community property that she and her husband had amassed over 60 years of marriages. And one of those tapes that she recorded, something like 500 of them, I think she said. That,
why are you recording conversation? That's entrapment.
Well, she wanted something to fall back on.
Well,
and one of these tapes, he had mentioned the fact that a lot of the stuff that he was giving her was community property. So she may wind up having to give all this stuff back.
So she opened a can of worms, huh?
Yeah, she had. Yes, she had. But she said she loved him.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Love don't pay no bills.
Speaking of love, Aaron Hernandez
fiance
took the stand today, and from what I saw and what I read, she really didn't say too much other than the fact that he was intoxicated a few hours before the murder took place. So
that's a strange case.
Yeah. You know what? It's gonna wind up being no. It's not gonna be a mistrial.
It's gonna be. What I tell you and Joe, ain't gonna find a man not guilty.
I have too many evidence. They had the what they call it, the
DNA, the bubble gum.
The gun, yeah, that, and the guy with the gun, what they call him, expert.
Mm-hmm.
He testified.
Ballistic expert.
Yeah, him. He had testified too that the evidence found in the vehicle was the same ammunition that was used to kill the dude, and came out the same Glock. So we're gonna see what's happening. Prosecution is still presenting their case. Of course, defense is up next. We'll see what happens. Where we at on the time? I know we went through this very quickly. So we'll take another break. When we come back, we'll do some local stuff, and maybe we just wrap up a little bit early.
Hey, you ran out of stuff?
We ran through this quickly. Unless you have some things you want.
We can talk about NBA.
All right, we'll do that. We'll come back, we'll talk NBA basketball. And welcome back to Talking Sports. Sergeant Robinson Bundy sitting here to my right. And we'll get into some NBA basketball. You know me, I really don't feel too much news about it.
Oh, you got about 8 games left in the NBA.
That all? I thought it was next week was the end of the season.
That's about 8 games. This Friday, probably play today.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah. you think about 8 days.
Yeah, I'm like, what? So,
Kevin Durant's out for the year.
Get out of here.
Yep. A regular season, so thus far.
Oh, okay. Well, the rest of the regular season.
Well, you know what? I was telling somebody, I think by Westbrook being successful since he's been absent is probably make Durant jealous. He don't want to come back, and it might hurt him next year.
Not Durant.
It might hurt him next year with a contract, because I think he's a free agent after this year.
Who, Westbrook or Durant?
Durant.
So Westbrook has been doing all season what Westbrook does. And
triple doubles. He's doing triple doubles like you do triple doubles
all the time. So you think he MVP? League MVP?
He should, but I look for possibly Harding to get it or Curry. Curry's a real deal. I mean, I'm like you, and I watch NBA, but when I do watch, I watch some of it, and that little dude, man, he's the truth. He can shoot, and he got 2 more on his team that can shoot too.
Well, who's leading the league in scoring? Curry or?
I think Curry, but I mean, I don't think Golden State can win the NBA because a 7-game series is going to be trying for them. And I don't think Atlanta Hawks can come out the East because 7-game series. I look for Cleveland. Cleveland is starting to make their run right now. I look for Cleveland and possibly it may be San Antonio come out the West.
This is the first time Cleveland going to be back in the playoffs since
he left. How ironic, huh?
Hey, yeah.
He leave, you can't make it, then you come back, you're in it. But if Derrick Rose said he's feeling better. He might come back, and you don't know about that team, but they play good defense. The Pacers, I don't know if was George Teague he's close to coming back, and to me, I think the East is maybe a 1 or 2 man race. In the West, it's Golden State and the cast of characters. Could be Dallas, could be San Antonio. After that is OKC. I don't think so. Because OKC will play Golden State right at the door. Mm-hmm. So that'd be an elimination game. And in the East, I think Atlanta would end up playing. I want to say probably not Philadelphia, Boston or something like that. I thought it was something Boston the other day. Out the door.
Back in the playoffs?
It's only 30 games. It's like, I think it's only 2 teams that has winning records in the West.
You mean the East?
The East, I mean. And it's a sad situation. I can tell you right now. There are Miami's 33-38, and Boston is 31-40, and then the 7-8 slot. So at the playoff end of the day, Atlanta will play Boston, Cleveland will play Miami, Chicago would play Milwaukee, and Toronto would play Washington. And in the West, it would be Golden State and OKC, Memphis and Dallas, Houston and San Antonio, and the Clippers and Portland.
Memphis has been playing some pretty good basketball lately. How far out of first place are they?
8.5 games.
Ooh, that's not
No. But in the NBA is their playoffs start here soon after NCAA. I think they'll start like first weekend in April or something like that when the Masters start. Mm-hmm. And
Major League Baseball.
Major League Baseball. Cubs Cards first game.
Yeah, ain't that something?
Sunday night baseball in Chicago. Get your hot chocolate and your flask.
And Wrigley Field is all tore up right about now.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a hot ticket because the outfield, because the bleachers are gone.
Yeah, exactly. So the only place you're gonna be able to sit is like they used to sit back in the old days, just in that little along the baseline.
Yep.
So, well, you're gonna have some seats along the foul line, but not very many. Outfielders all screwed up because they put in those jumbotron, those big screen.
That scoreboard
and whatnot, that's gonna be blocking the view of those.
I ain't gonna block the view. They got it set up where they can barely see over the top of it. That's about it.
Yeah, they're gonna add a few more stories to those buildings across the street. What are they gonna do?
Yep.
But aren't they supposed to see what they went from the NBA to Major League Baseball? Aren't they supposed to be suing the Chicago Cubs?
Everybody, Chicago. That court system stay full up there. Yeah. I told you about it, Mr. Banks said his estate is in court.
Yeah, you got fans suing for their tickets back so the Cubs can't win, and all kind of stuff like that.
But I watched the Cubs last night, and the announcers said they got good prospects. I mean, they brought their prospects up last night and played them. And the number 1 guy on the team, he's played he left field. He's a lefty. I think his name Grant or something like that. And he did pretty good at the plate. He did, but it's spring training. It's different. Come April, it's a different ball game.
Yeah, because I think after next week they move back to their cities,
mm-hmm.
and those that are on the roster are going to be on the roster. Everybody else headed to minor league teams.
Yep. Going home.
Yeah. Well, you hate to be on the minor league team.
And you've been in Arizona all year.
Oh yeah.
Also, you're in Arizona for 2 months, and you got to go to.
Now you're in AA ball and living with 4 other players, taking buses to ball games,
eating. You don't know what kind of steak you getting now.
You got to take another job just so you can. That's life in the major leagues, because there are some ball players that spend their entire career
mm-hmm.
in the minor leagues.
Yep, but you're getting paid. But you can't tell young kids that. Everybody, you 4'2" want to be a basketball player, but you can be 42 and play Major League Baseball.
Yeah. but you know, the difference is whether you're in AAA
or A.
Yeah.
Or A ball.
Yeah. Exactly.
You still getting paid.
Yeah, but you ain't getting paid now. Come on, how much? When you get down to AA, you get paid by the ball game.
No, I think you probably make $80,000-$90,000 in AA. AAA, you probably you getting close to six figures, according to who you are.
Come on now.
Well, you look up the salary. You and Joe discuss that next week.
Yeah, we got to look.
Minor league salaries.
Yeah, we're going to have to look that up because I don't think they get paid that much. Like I say, probably AAA, you get a nice little contract.
Mm-hmm.
But you get down to AA, A ball, no, you're not really getting that much. What I talk about, did Parkland girls basketball team, they went to the
Final Four.
They're in the Final Four?
They went. They lost. They ended up losing.
Oh, did it?
Yeah. At the end of the season, 2 losses.
One at the beginning of the season, one at the end.
Man, you can't ask nothing better than that.
Everything in between was gravy.
Yep. But, I mean, kudos. They had the best record in Parkland history. Most wins in a season. Furthest ever been since Parkland women's basketball. And you had a couple local girls there. I can't think of her name. Her last name Cross and Laura Litchfield. There are a couple local girls on the team and helped them. I think Laura went to Central, and I can't think of a girl named Cross. She went to Centennial. So you had a couple local talents, and the thing about it, why can't Illinois go get some of them players?
What, Cross it in?
I mean, at Parkland.
Oh, come on, really? Really?
Parkland's been successful, and I mean, basketball they're successful, men's and women's. Baseball they're very successful, and softball they always finish in the nation.
Yeah, I know that. You know, Joe and I was talking about that last week. We were talking about how successful all the non-revenue making.
Yeah, like Illinois men's golf, #1 in the nation. The wrestling had a national champion, had 10 of them gold, didn't he?
Yeah, to the NCAA championship. Yeah, tennis team.
Successful. They didn't win national championships.
Gymnastics.
Won national championships.
Yeah, exactly.
But your men's basketball, how about them 89 Flying Illini?
Oh yeah, we always going back there. Then.
They're like the 85 Bears, huh?
2005 Illini.
No, they was 89's first.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. Flying Illini, that always gonna be. Like I said, they having a big thing for Lou Henson sometime next month. I got an invite. Yes, I did.
Did you?
I get this up there somewhere on my desk back there. I got an invite. You know, they tell you they're gonna have a big dinner and.
Well, I was wrong. I did Google it. The average minor league salary is $500,000. There's many minor league players which make $11,490 for a single person and $23,000 for a family, which is below poverty level. So you're right, sir. I owe you an apology.
That's all right.
So you do make money in AAA.
Yeah.
AA and single A, you got to get. Hey, can Herb get this baseball game over? Cause I got to go to Home Depot and work.
That's it. I got to give you. Matter of fact, you might have to leave in the 5th inning. You got to go punch in.
If you're a pitcher, you go out there and jag the game on so you can leave.
but you know, well, when you're down there, you play for the fun of the game.
Yeah, you're right. But it's an opportunity.
Yeah.
You think in the NBA is only a 12, 15-man roster. NDBL, they give you $500 a game. And everybody don't make the NDBL. Baseball, there's A-ball, AA, AAA, and Major League.
Yeah. So, you know, everybody, they look for that phone call.
Yeah. Everybody want to be a basketball player.
Yeah, but your chances of getting into the called up to the big league is maybe a little bit bigger than getting into the.
Yeah, because there's a need for minority people in baseball. You see that stat all the time. Like last year, I think the opening roster, you only had you said something last year about 1 or 2%, wasn't it? 1 or 2% black. So you got 97% other and 3% black. And there's no way it should be that way. A lot of kids today look at baseball as boring. Oh, it's a boring sport. Because it's something you have to work at. Because if to practice baseball, you need more than 2 or 3 players. Basketball, you need number 1.
Okay.
Football, you need 2. But for baseball, you don't need 1. Soccer, you don't need nobody but 1. You think tennis, you can go any tennis courts, and they got the board up there.
Big wall there.
Yeah, big wall, you hit against the wall. So baseball is a trying sport, but it's America's pastime, and we take a lot of kids from first string to, we took them to Bloomington, we took them to Joliet, we've been to Major League, they go to a trip to every year, at the end of the year, they go to a Major League Baseball game, and I haven't been in a couple years, and Peter and Coop them say the kids have fun watching baseball, and if, opportunity arises, just have your kids, just give it 1 try for baseball, because right now we're starting the suited league in Little League here in town, because our first opening day is April 13th or 14th.
Yeah, I was ready to ask you about that. It's first string.
Yeah, first string. We got 2.
Over with?
No, the suited teams are full, so 11, 12-year-olds are full. But if you got kids from 5 to 9, there's still rosters available. And the best games are the T-ball games, where they get the little T out there and they hit, and it's fun. They play. In fact, the city got a grant, so we got another baseball field out there. So we have 2 baseball fields out there. So if you want to watch baseball, come out there. They got a walk path. You can walk around the whole park, get you some exercise. They got exercise machines and everything. But the best ball are the T-ballers I think they're from 5 to 8. You get this little kid up there. The bat is taller than he is. Mm-hmm. His pants is sagging off of him, not by choice. Mm-hmm. And his shirt is a dress. And he go up there and hit the ball, and he run down the third base line. He's running. Yep. Or he get to first base, and he keep running. Yeah. It's so much fun to watch kids, because, this is my farewell tour this year. I'm like Joe, I'm going to move up in the front office next year. Yeah. He asked me to coach, so I'm the head coach of the Suited League team this year. And I've been doing it for 16 years, since my son was 4. My oldest son was 4, he's 19. And it's been an enjoyable learning experience, and to see kids that prosper and grow through first string and baseball period. And for a while we had a lot of first string kids in high school baseball, but situations came along and they don't want our kids anymore. I don't know why, because we don't get opportunity. Right. Or they quit because you don't give them opportunity. You get them on the team and, we going to do this and do that, and then they sit the bench for other kids. Give our kids a chance, but that's a horse of a different color. But if you get a chance this year, come out Douglas. After April 13th, it should be games every day. And you come out there and get you a Douglas dog or a Polish or a birder and partake in a good baseball game, and come see the new Douglas Park renovations they did.
Let's go back real quick, because I know when I was playing Little League, you had Little League, then you had the Babe Ruth, then you had the Senior Babe Ruth, mm-hmm. and then you had the American Legion team, mm-hmm. and then you had the high school teams, and I played on all of them. But our Little League was out at Crystal Lake when Crystal Lake had a Little League team.
Dang, you old.
And you had 2 or 3 teams that were all black.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with Babe Ruth. Mm-hmm. You had a couple of teams that was pretty much all black. Well, baseball is dying around town. There's only
okay. Go ahead.
Interrupt me, man. Make me lose my train of thought. But then, as I got up to like Senior Babe Ruth, mm-hmm. wasn't that many. Maybe mm-hmm. me and a couple other guys. Little League,
American Legion
team.
1 or 2?
1 or 2, 3 guys. High school, same way. Our high school team was the same as our American Legion team. Mm-hmm. All we had was a different coach. But after that, you didn't find too many blacks playing organized baseball.
Nope.
And I wonder why that was.
I don't know, but today it's sad. It's a sad situation. Our kids they don't get the opportunity to play on travel league team because they want $1,000 to $1,500 to play on the team, and then this equipment costs a lot. I mean, you want to go out to Walmart. Every kid you start out, you go out to Walmart and get your glove somewhere like that, or get your cousin a glove. But then if you get older, stuff costs. I mean, you got gloves that cost $300-$400.
Yeah, you do.
You got cleats that cost $200-$300. Like my son the other day, I went and got him some pants. He put his hands on a bat. He said, "I want this bat." I said, "Turn it around," and the bat was $409.
Well, that's one of them composite bats.
Yeah. No, put it back. It's locked anyway. You can't get it off the rack. But our kids can't afford that stuff.
Yeah.
But other kids, hey, dad wanted to swipe the credit card. Whoop, he'd swipe it. He'd go out to a sporting goods store and spend $600-$700 on equipment.
Yeah. Back in the day, a good glove would cost you
$20.
No, it cost a little bit. Well, about $40. Good glove back in the day it cost you about $40. But like you said now, man, the cheapest one probably run you about $100.
Yep. You can buy gloves now, broke in.
Yeah. Really?
Mm-hmm.
No, that's no fun.
No, because you can go out Dick's and buy a glove off the rack, and they put in this thing, a steamer. In about 10 minutes, they come out, a glove, blah, 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 blah. A good glove when it's floppy like that.
Yeah.
It's floppy.
But all the padding in the middle is gone.
No, no, ain't no pad. All that's sewn in there. These gloves now, sorry, you'd be surprised.
What?
You be all it.
Padding?
Yeah.
Man, you used to catch some of them balls. Woo!
No, it's
popping in your hand, a stain, just like
the pockets are bigger. You had them gloves. They had the little small pocket. See them corner pockets? They're hard. They're good now. Then you got different position gloves. You got an infield glove. You got a first baseman's glove.
Yeah, they always had those.
And then you got a third baseman's glove.
What?
Yeah, you got shortstop, second base glove, and outfield. Outfield got the bigger pockets.
Yeah. Infield gloves are
small.
They're always
small.
They're just a little bit bigger than your hand.
Yep, smaller pocket. Yeah. But technology is changed a lot, and I mean, last year we had successful program at first string. Our student team finished second in the Twin City. Farm team, we had 3 farm teams did successful. Peanut, which is coach pitch, was very successful. They only lost to each other and beat everybody else in town, which is good. It's kind of strange. They beat each other. And then the T-ball, I think they ended up with 4 T-ball team, 3 or 4, and you average having 10, 11 players on each team. So the program is coming along, and it's just one of the opportunities where, just get out and enjoy your kids and be successfop in your kids' life and follow them through sports, no matter sports in high school and everything, like you would do if you go in a club. You keeping up with Bebop them coming to town. Oh, Bebop them come. Keep up with your kids. Just don't do a drop off and a pickup service like babysitter. The first thing you come out Douglas. What time practice over? 7. Oh, they give me an hour and a half. Do I got to do it? And then they late.
Yeah, then they late getting back.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
7:20.
But let's be honest. Isn't it a babysitting service?
Yeah, $80 service. But the coaches don't see none of that fee.
Yeah.
But it's good though. You always want to see kids be successful, and Peter has done. I'm gonna get Peter and Cooper come on y'all show and talk. They have done a lot for first string. You'd be surprised. Like the basketball program they had. The Park District, everybody wanted to do everything online, and the Park District had a stack of applications that no money was paid. Peter and Coop wrote a check for first string to pay them kids so they can play basketball. They know a lot of kids ain't gonna be able to pay or pay right. Partial, like baseball. They give scholarship away. There's a lot of kids that play, and they try to get the money from them, but if they can't, they don't hound on it. They want kids to be successful and play baseball. And they're a very good group, and Coop them, they go out and they get gloves and they sell gloves that are small, $20. You get a decent $60 glove for $20. They get people that donate them cleats.
Right.
They get cleats. One guy got a tub full of baseball pants, different size, XXX all the way down to skinny mini, and they just give them away. So I mean, it's more. First String is more than baseball. It's a family, and it starts in April and it ends in July, August, and a lot of people come out there just to watch a baseball game and get them in. In the summertime, $5 you can go to Douglas and eat good. You done been past there where they're smoking, and you done stopped Nate too.
Yeah.
I mean, you can.
I stopped in for a game or two, probably about once a week.
Yeah. But it's more than baseball over there. It's family, and I want people to get out of the tradition of there's a lot of shootings going on. No matter what happens, like say for instance, we had assessment Saturday. There's some kids over there by Douglas Center shooting dice. We came off the baseball field, walking toward Douglas Center. They had stopped what they're doing. That I don't condone what they were doing, but I respect what they did. They stopped. They looked at me. I said, "Thank you." And they stopped. But we got to get out of this mentality. The north end, they're all shooting. That's an isolated incident. Even though they shooting and stuff, but when baseball season goes on, you don't see too many of them situations. We had a situation a couple years ago where you had a team from Southwest Champaign didn't want to come over because they felt threatened. Okay, don't come over here. We'll take the win. We're gonna take the win, and y'all gonna take the loss, and we're gonna be done with it. So they end up coming over there. But society got to get out of the mentality that everything you go in a black neighborhood is bad. It ain't all bad. It's small people make it bad for all people.
Right, most definitely.
And I just want people to come out. If you ain't doing it this summer, like I said, baseball start April 13th. I believe 13th to 14th, around tax time, tax due day. And you come out. If it's not raining, they playing.
Everybody, half American and got their refund.
the ones that got to pay still ain't found yet.
They already know they got it right.
Yep.
Yeah, shit.
But other than that, the baseball season is I think the Major League gonna be everybody's high on the Cubs right now. I hope
I'm not.
I know you're a Cardinal fan. You and Mike. You and Mr. Cox.
Yeah, go ahead. Man.
But they got good prospects, they say, and it should be an interesting baseball season. Always.
That's what I hear. They say the Cubs are going to be good this year.
Dodgers going to be good if they don't have to play the Cardinals in the playoffs.
That's the truth. and you can almost bet your last dollar if you got one that St. Louis is going to be in the playoffs again. Because, they done went and picked up a couple of more pitchers, and the ones that they had on roster coming back healthy. So, went out and got some bats. Haywood, just to mention one from Atlanta, and somebody else, I can't remember his name.
That's the first black player they had in a long time, isn't it? In St. Louis, Hayward.
Yeah, this is true.
Since Kirk Flood, isn't it? Vince Coleman, and Willie.
Willie alone. Willie was my man. Haywood, first black player they didn't have in a long time. So we're glad to have him on board. He's gonna do some things. Willie McCutcheon didn't cut his hair all off.
Yeah, I saw that.
With the
he did that for cancer, wasn't it? Some cancer benefit.
I don't know. He really got a peanut head now.
Yeah, he do. I mean, it's good. It's minorities in baseball is very successful, and just got to get our kids. Like me as a high school coach, you try to tell kids when college coaches they look for athletes. Athletes play multiple sports. You got like Joe was telling me, 49 Ohio State incoming freshmen next year, 42 of them are multiple sport athletes. So you just don't play basketball. Play all sports you can.
Yeah, play all.
Give it a try.
I had that same mentality, when I was, going through, but I knew I was only really good at one of them.
Well, if you if you're good at one, play the other one just to keep you in shape and keep your grades.
Because, I'm not the bench warmer type.
Yeah.
If I'm not gonna play, then I knew I would have sat the bench in football. I was pretty decent at it. I knew I probably would have started to mention.
But the thing about
if I made the team, but
parents gotta know their kids' role too. If a kid don't want to play a sport, don't force them. They get hurt. And I've seen that too a lot. Oh, little Johnny, he want to play baseball. Okay, he got there. And you write down in the book out. You don't know if it's gonna be a strikeout. You don't know if it's a front K or backwards K, but you know it's gonna be one of them.
Yeah, he ain't even paying attention.
No.
Just like that one day I was at the game and the one guy out there in center field. I don't know, he swatted butterflies or something. You know, he wasn't paying attention. What was going on the field? He head all up in the air.
Playing with butterflies, waiting on the end of the game so he gets hot dog and pop.
Exactly. But you know, yeah, it'll be interesting for you.
Yep.
All right, well, that's gonna about do it. Bundy, thank you for coming.
Hey, no problem. Anytime.
Thank you for coming by.
Joe on spring break. He getting his mid-spring tan.
No, well, don't let him come back dark. All right, that's going to do it for this edition of Talking Sports. We do this each and every Friday from 2 to 4. We'll lace them up and do it again next week. We'll know who the Final Four teams are going to be next week, and we'll let you call in and give us your prediction.
Getting close to Derby time, too.
Oh, yeah. You know, I love to watch the ponies. So, you guys take care, and Bundy?
Final Four. Kentucky, Arizona, Louisville, Duke.
NCAA tournament champion? Anybody but Kentucky.